I think the level of the number of young kids that we have is a little bit unique. We only have one senior and one junior program. We play 10 kids, and 8 of those kids are either freshmen or sophomore. So I think that is unique in terms of the sheer numbers of young kids that we're playing. There was a coaching change that took place 3 years ago, and I think part of that is sometimes kids have to make a decision how hard they want to work. We kind of had an idea that we had some good kids coming up in our 8th grade classes, our 9th grade classes, and our sophomore classes. So we knew that there were some players there, and the questions would be, they'd be ready for varsity competition. At times this year we look like we're ready, and sometimes we look like we're young, but that's to be expected with the number of young kids that we do have playing. We are where we're at, and we take the kids that want to be here and try to make them better every day in practice.
They'll be announcing, like starters like a freshman, and you see the other team kind of like, what,
And people just think, oh, they're a young team, we're going to kick their butts and stuff, but like we've showed them that being a young team that we're fast and we have more intensity, and like with our juniors and our junior and our senior being really good leaders and showing us, this way and that way and stuff, it's really helped us and guided us, and we've just become really strong for being such a young team.
It's different because, you see a lot of the other teams that they're all like seniors and juniors and stuff.
It's a lot of fun. At the same time, it's kind of different. So we all have so much heart and passion for it that when we do come into schools and they're like, you only have one junior, one senior, it's just like, it doesn't really affect me. I'm just kind of like, yeah, so what? It doesn't show on the court.
Every year, most teams, they have tons of seniors and juniors, and then the year after that, then they lose all of them. They have to start all over again. But with us, we're going to be with each other for a few years now, so when we're seniors, our team's going to be very strong.
A little worried about it at first, thinking what are we going to do? We don't have much experience, but you know what? It's all learning.
I love it, like being able to play all the time and not having to sit on the bench, because I know last year I sat on the bench a lot, but this year it's really fun being able to go out there and play and be a sophomore too. It's cool.
And in the summer season, I played up, so I kind of already got that first experience and stuff playing up, but I didn't think it was going to be like how it was last year. Like I kind of surprised myself, making varsity at such a young age. But I think, I guess, like this year, I think I've made like a big improvement.
The advantages for us is they can hopefully learn our system and then get better within our system. I mean, there's 2 ways kids can get better. They can get better individually, but they can also get better within the things that you're trying to do. The hope is that if we're pressing and playing pressure man-to-man defense 2 years from now, when these kids are sophomores and freshmen now, or seniors and juniors, they're pretty good at it. You look at the best programs in the state, and that's what happens.
We have a way we want to play, and we want to run and press, and that's what we wanted to do from the beginning, and we've never been able to change that. I mean, we've done it well, I think, so we haven't changed it, and I think that's good. If it didn't work out for us, some games it didn't, we still did it the next game.
Like it's a positive getting to play up, but it's definitely a challenge because, they're a lot bigger than us, they're stronger than us, and we're like forced to just deal with it and play against it.
I think you have to ask the kids if I'm more patient. I try to be more patient. I think Kirsty and Lauren could probably tell you if I'm more patient or not than I've been in the last few years. I've intentionally tried not to be such a crazy person on the sideline during games. Now, whether the kids think that's true or not, again, that's something you have to ask them. But it does go through, my head in practice and in games of, how much correcting can you do, how hard can you be on them, at what level can you push them, because, it's a long season, and, you do have these kids for 4 and 5 years, and if they keep hearing the same thing over again at the same intensity, sometimes they tune a deaf ear, and try not to let that happen.
No, I wouldn't say he's patient. He's more on us because of it. We have to work harder and stuff, and there shouldn't be more lenience towards making mistakes just because we're young. He should expect that we're going to do just as good as if we were older.
The hard part is offensively, it kind of ebbs and flows, especially with youth. Sometimes kids get in too big a hurry and turn the ball over, but hopefully our kids can understand and take away from the fact that if you're good defensively, you give yourself a chance to win every game. And I think we're getting to that point. It's still a little bit of a work in process, but we're getting there. And hopefully, being in a system for 2-3 years, and even our younger kids that are on our B squad in our 9th grade are, kind of getting into that system now, that when they get out, as juniors and seniors, that it just flows naturally to them and they don't have to worry so much, they can just play.
I hope when I'm a senior, like we've picked up our game. I know we've been trying really hard, and it's just different. A lot of younger girls coming up, and I hope we'll have been playing together a lot. So hopefully, we can just keep improving over the years.
We're going to be more prepared. We're going to be able to work much better together, and we're going to be much stronger than other teams that we play because they haven't had as much opportunity as we've had. It's going to work for us.
I would hope to look back at 4 or 5 years and say, you know what? this year's team kind of was the foundation that built where we're at, and we have a championship program, one that's competing for conference titles and one that has a chance to get section titles. And this class and this group of kids that played in the varsity kind of laid the foundation for that, so we could build up through our grade levels and not have to keep pulling kids up. Not that you don't pull up your best kids and give those the opportunity. The hope is that we have enough kids in the upper classes where it's very, very competitive. You need to be the best 7th grader, the best 8th grader, the best 9th grader to have a shot on the varsity. Otherwise, there's seniors and juniors that you're just not going to beat out.